छन्दसां वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽधमृतात् सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासं शरीरं मे विचर्षणं जुहामे मधुमत्तमां कर्णाभ्यां भूरि विश्रुवं ब्रह्मणा कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय. Let us begin this session today. समस्त जन कल्याणी निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्. हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ओम. Hari Om to one and all, and once again welcome to Vedanta Jnana Yajna. 8th week, time just flies. Let me quickly recap what we did last time. We are speaking on the Adhikari. Who is an Adhikari? A person who is endowed with the 4 qualities. These 4 qualities are Vivek, Vairagya, the Shada Sampatti, and Mumukshutva. Vivek we discussed in the previous week as the right discrimination. Dispassion, last week we spoke as non-attachment to actions, at the same time to the fruits of the action. And today we are going to take it further to the Shada Sampatti. Shada means 6, Sampatti means great inner wealth. So, the first of the 6 Shada Sampatti, inner wealth, is Sama, means an equipoised mind. Second is Dama, that means an observing or control over your bodily actions. Third is Uparama, meaning getting your mind closer to the topic or the subject that you wish to study upon. Then comes Titiksha. Titiksha meaning that which we forbear, our forbearance, things about different things. Then comes the most important thing, which is called Shraddha. Shraddha meaning a unconditional faith. And finally comes Samadhan. Samadhan means being contented or satisfied. But these are the 6 inner virtues. Today we are going to take the first one, and if time permits, then the second one. The first one was Sama. Samaha kaha. It is said in this way. What is Shama? Meaning that Mano Nigraha. It says that a constant vigil, observance of the mind is Shama, is how you will control the mind. Now the question is how to control something which you are unaware of fully. What would you please repeat? Someone would say, I am not aware of my mind. I am very well aware of my mind. I know what my mind is. So the scriptures say you know what your mind wants, but probably you are not aware what your mind is. If someone would ask us what is mind, if someone would ask us what is mind, what would you say? Gurudev says, mind is a continuous flow of thoughts. Without mind, without thoughts. Without thoughts, without mind, they are not complete. Think about it. Mind bereft of thoughts, what is it? Nothing. Now comes the next question. What kind of thoughts do we come to know or come to experience? They depend on the environment, the mental climatical condition of a person. Mind shifts from one climatical condition to another, from the another to third to the fourth. Very quickly I'll inform all of us, introduce all of us to the different modes of our mind. The first mode is called mood, meaning dull. What do you want to do? I don't want to do anything. How many of us experience this? We do experience this. It is not always that we don't want to do anything. It is sometime. But who is this? It is the mind. This state of mind is called mood. The second state is vikshepa, means active. Want to do something. Now it's time. Now we have to do something. Action oriented. The third state is vikshepa, mean over agitated, over enthusiastic, over everything. We have to do this now. Oh, it is not done. Completely out of control. Vikshepa. The next one is called mood. That means deluded. In the first, it was only dull. It was only dull, means it was just adham, just a dull aspect in the first one. But here it is deluded. What is the meaning of delusion? When you become excessively possessed with some idea or excessively involved into something, suddenly the mind starts imagining things which are not necessarily be there. You move into a state where you start imagining kalpana, and then the imagine becomes deep imagination. Vikalpana. So deep, your thoughts become so deep that something which has not happened yet, you are convinced it is going to happen. This is called delusion. Don't be afraid. There is another state of mind which we all want us to be. And this state is the next state, which is called ekagraha. Ekagrata. That meaning completely focused. But focused how? Not stressed. Focused how? Not over anxiety. Focused how? With calmness. With peace. With relaxation. With ease. These are the different states whereby our mind takes us. And don't we experience ourselves going in all these different states? Is it or is it not? So let me once again come back to it. The first state of mind. What is the topic that we are speaking? We are speaking of an adhikari, a person who is supposed to be a person who is capable to understand this knowledge. An adhikari. So for him, the 6 virtues. In the 6 virtues, the first thing is sama. Sama means you have to have looking at your mind, focusing your mind, knowing your mind. The first one is called as the dull state of mind. Manda. The second is called shipta, means active. The third, vikshipta, overly active, almost destructive. The next one is a state whereby your mind is deluded. You imagine things. And finally, there is a state of mind which is called ekagraha, ekagrata, whereby completely focused and calm. Very quickly, let us come to an example. How does a mind behave? It behaves like a little child. Now, what happens when there is a little child in the room? We allow the child a free space to move around. But are we totally unaware of the child? No, constantly the parent is having an eye on the child. Why? The child may go around doing things, but suddenly it might see, what does this do? And it goes and presses something, or it wants to put its finger in fire, or it wants to look down what's there and tumble falls away. But the parent, the caretaker, has to be constantly aware so that the child doesn't fall into the wrong step. We go and control, we go and hold the child. This is exactly how our mind behaves, like a little child. And you have to have nigraha, an eye on your mind, not to control it like a military rule that do this and don't do this. Naturally, if you do that, it will go against you. But when you calmly, quietly look at it, understand it, and only give it direction, the mind becomes your friend. The mind takes you where you need to go. Mind gives you all the achievement that you want. Is it or is it not? And this is why our study that we are taking, it is not only about gaining knowledge of Vedanta, but also knowing how to use it practically in our life. So knowing your mind is the first step of being a sadhana chatushtaya sampanna adhikari. But the time is up. Next week, we take this further. And also, if I may remind you, next week is our week whereby we are going to have, after this 10 minutes, some dialogue. So please have your questions ready. I am sure you all have many questions. But for today, let us thank our gurus. Let us thank our gods. Let us thank our parents. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Hari Om to all. Hari Om. Bye bye. Hari Om.